What's up, everybody? I didn't come up with that every bunny part. That's from another channel that I follow. And namaste, everyone. Christian Long, Life Enhancement Consultant, giving you a big and beautiful shout out from our very last day. Our last day in Mount Shasta. I'm not kidding you. I'm all worked up about it. I don't want to leave, but I have an itinerary to stick to. I have other objectives I'm seeking to accomplish over this 31 days. Oh yeah, I got to change the title. This is the Healer's Journey 11 of 31. So I titled it Rich. And so I owe my friend Rich, I know half my head is cut off. Everyone calm down. And you're like, Christian, are you nude? Like, what's going on? Why is your sexy body being exposed to the world of Facebook? What is happening in Mount Shasta? What is it turning you into? No, so when I was living in Kalispell, Montana, behind my place was a beautiful creek, which my friend Chris explained to me the difference between a river and a creek, and I think it has to do with the length of it. Haha, no pun intended. And so my friend Rich was challenging me. He goes, hey, why don't you go jump into the creek during the winter time, right? And the thing is, it's not that I was afraid of the cold. It was more that I didn't like to feel the weird seaweed thingies under my toes. Whatever, it's a weird thing. We all have our weird things, and that was one of my weird things. So there's a lake here. I've had a beautiful 3 days in Mount Shasta. And so as a way of somehow keeping accountable to my buddy Rich, and I know he's going to be like, that's not good enough. It's not during the winter. It's not cold enough. Relax. This water is chilly enough, right? But it's purified and it's clean. So let's take a quick dip. And then we're going to be getting on the road to go to Redding, Redding, California. Okay? So before we go in the water, let's invoke. Hey, there's a little boat out here. It's colder than it looks. I am the soul. I am the soul. Woo! You know what it reminds me of? Good Lord, it's cold. I am the body. I mean, I'm not the body. Erase. I'm the soul. I'm the soul. I'm the soul. Whew. So, in Bovina, New York, where we have the MCKS Meditation Center, on that property, there are 2 ponds. One pond, natural. One pond, man-made. And I've been going to that pond for 17 years, the natural one. And then the other one was built about 10 years ago. And it's like you jump in at any time of year, cold, not cold, and you have like this rebirthing process. It's amazing. It's amazing. So it's like, I remember one time my mentor, older gentleman, much taller gentleman than myself, he says, you know what is a great experience? And I'm like, what's that? because I would always listen and follow most of what he said. And he goes, going into the pond nude at night. And I'm like, it's the beginning of November. What are you talking about? He's like, yeah, I understand. The beginning of November. Okay. I was like, are you crazy? Now, it hadn't frozen over yet, but it was getting close. So I was like, so you want me to strip down naked, you want me to go to the pond, and you want me to dive in the middle of the night? And he goes, yes. He goes, it'll be one of the most invigorating experiences of your entire life. I'm like, no way. I don't believe it. Well, always up for an experiment, always up to challenge myself. The water's getting colder, or not as cold because I can't feel it anymore. And so I stripped down, I got in front, dove directly into the pond, which is about 15 deep in the center, 15 feet deep in the center, which is 5 meters for you non-US people. And it was invigorating. I told him, I go, it felt like I was being born again. It felt like I was being born into a new vessel, into a new body, right? We've all been born, right? We've all come through our mother's canal. And there's that freshness, there's that brightness, there's that cleanliness. And I remember doing it and I felt alive. And it's not just because it was cold water, because that pond is super, super charged with deep, deep cleansing energies that obviously very few people on the planet will get to experience. But for those of you who can experience it, I would highly recommend it. In essence, you have to be an Arhatic yoga practitioner in order to come on the property and to use the facilities, right? To use the facilities. So jumping in today, it's a beautiful day, crystal clear blue sky. We have a beautiful Mount Shasta behind me, right? Which has a tremendous amount of energy. If you're being still and being aware, if you look, your crown chakra will become highly energized. I know you guys are making comments, but I don't have my glasses on and the phone's too far from my fat eyeballs to actually see what you're writing. So whatever you're writing, I'm appreciative of it. And so after this dip, as it were, going to be getting on the street, going to Redding, California. I want to keep saying something else. I want to say like Reading, or there is a Reading, Pennsylvania. I've never been to Reading, Pennsylvania. I think that's on the Monopoly board. My son has the Monopoly, the Batman Monopoly. He has a ginormous Batman collection. Like, ridiculous Batman collection. All right, one last dip, and then we'll close this out. Hold on one second. All right, one last dip. I'm not the body. I'm not the body. I'm the soul. I'm a person who fulfills my commitments and my promises. I don't know if invigorating is the right word, but I definitely am experiencing some liveliness. The real secret is I haven't taken a bath or a shower in like 5 days, and we're starting to bother me, so I'm just using keeping a promise to my friend as an excuse. Just kidding. I know he's not going to buy it. He's going to be like, that water wasn't frigid, not cold enough, not manly enough. Here's a funny joke, or funny thing from my past. It's getting colder. So when I was younger, I did Shotokan karate when I was 7 years old. And I got my yellow belt, and I was super proud of myself. And I remember having a sparring match with a person who started the same time I did. He was a little bit heavier than me, and at that time I had a lot of judgment against heavy people. And I didn't like his disposition. And so we were super aggressive with each other, even as 7-year-olds, fighting with our little gloves on. And I remember like the sensei said, all right, bring your gloves together, you know, at the end to, you know, to give acknowledgement and respect to your teammate, if you will. And I just like smacked his glove away because I was like, not interested, get away from me. And that's when the sore losing started. But I remember when we started training for tougher things, like Makawara boards, the boards that you hit to strengthen your knuckles and to condense your bones so you can hit things without hurting your hand. So I remember doing that at a young age and doing the splits at a young age. And then we started doing training out. We started doing runs in the snow with no shoes, no socks on. And I was all for it. And then I had to be hospitalized for 3 days, or not 3 days, but I had to be hospitalized because I had 2nd-degree burns on my feet. So they had to wrap my feet. It was a big deal. My little delicate feet and toes aren't used to running in shards of glass, loose gravel, and slush, ice, for a period of 100 yards or whatever. That was a very intense experience for me. But that kind of mentality of tough training stuck with me for many, many years afterwards. So I did, as a teenager, I did more intense things with my body. And my brother would always tease me and he goes, it's good training weather. Like if it was snowing out, I would do something out in the snow or anything to make it difficult, right? He's like, that helps with good training or good training weather or good this or good that. It was like an ongoing joke with the family. I think he even made a joke about it a few months ago. But it's like the mentality of purposely, here's the key, purposely making something difficult just to make it difficult. I don't know if I fully agree with that. That might be the Russian mentality. They live in difficulty, and I think they have a lightheartedness and sense of humor about difficulty, but I don't think they would consciously go out of their way of, how can I make this difficult situation even more difficult? And that was a mentality I developed as a young kid and then really amplified it as a teenager. I created some really weird, unhealthy programs as a teenager, 15, 16, 17 years old, that only now, 25 years later, have I begun to disintegrate, dismantle, and remove from my system, and then start having healthier viewpoints. So, anyways, I hope you guys got value out of this. Look, I have Mount Shasta in the palm of my hand. Get it? Palm of my... All right. I know it's not as clever as people doing the Eiffel Tower. Not the Eiffel Tower. What's it called? The Leaning Tower of Pizza? Pizza, right? When they put their hand up and they're like, I'm holding it up from falling. What's up, Mr. Green? Oh, it's super refreshing. I'm definitely awake. I'm ready for the next drive. So from here to Redding, California, it's an hour. I'm not going to stay there the night. I'm going to make it to Eureka, California, which is right in the water, right in the ocean. I should be there in 4 hours, but I'm going to go to Redding and I'm going to tear it up a little bit. I'm going to diddy bop around. I have to pee so bad, but the water's blessed, so probably not appropriate to pee in the water. I know you pee in the water. Don't try to like act all holier than thou. You've peed in the ocean, you've peed in lakes and ponds, you've peed in the pool. I don't want to hear it, either as an adult or as a kid or both. Whoa. You just missed the coolest thing ever. Two geckos that were like about the size of my hand right over here were wrestling with each other, and then they both took each other down into the water. Crazy. Anyways, well, I want to appreciate each and every one of you who are on this stream, who've been watching the replays, who've been adding comments, adding hearts, likes, because I'm sharing my little adventure with you guys. And if you, they made it back. They're both fighting each other. Maybe they're trying to like mate or whatever, and that's like their mating thing. Is The takeaway from all these videos is to inspire you to do something that brings you joy. I don't know why I'm out of breath. I haven't done anything, so I don't know why I'm out of breath. But to do things that inspire you, right? It doesn't have to be traveling. It doesn't have to be staying at campsites, at Airbnbs, at hotels, in the car. It doesn't have to be that thing for you. It just happens to be that thing for me at this time in my life. But let me see if you can see him. Can you see him? They're right there. You see him? Look. Oh, right there. You see him moving around? Look, there they are. There they go. They're going to do it again. They're going to do it. I don't know if they're trying to do it or they're arch nemesis of each other. Get him. I think it's a mating dance. That's what I think. Okay. Alicia, Namaste, what's up? So inspiring you to do what you want to do. By the way, I almost slipped and fell. And that would have been a $1,200 phone. No bueno for that. Ha, mating season. They're trying to get after it. Yeah. Inspiring you guys to do what you want to do. Hold on. Give me patience. Oh, yeah. This is super steep, by the way. I shouldn't actually be filming this while I'm doing this, but you only live once in this incarnation, and then you get to do it about 1 million more times after that. What's up, Josiah? Keeping it real, son? Oh, nothing like walking on sharp, tiny pebbles. It was super funny. Actually, 2 things were super funny. Right before I got into the water, check this out. Right before I got into the water, I kid you not, wish I was making this up. There was a guy on the other side of the lake screaming like he was being murdered while murdering someone else. I don't think I've ever heard a man scream that loud in my entire life. Oh, what's up? You know about Shasta.com? Super loud, screaming like 3 times. I didn't even know a human being could yell that loud. And I have a super loud yell. So number 1, hopefully somebody wasn't murdered on the other side of the lake. Number 2, right where I parked, there was a utility truck, and the guy like forgot one of his tools. And so I'm like getting into the bliss and the peace and the joy of the experience. And he's like swearing and F this and S that and mother. And it's just kind of like the juxtaposition between the 2 energies was quite amazing. Quite amazing. Does it pass the sniff test? Some of you may or may not know this, but I do not have much of a body odor. Every partner I've ever been with, even if I don't wear cologne, if I don't wear shaving anything, if I don't wear deodorant, only now after 5 days of not doing what I should be doing, am I starting to go, there's something there. But in general, almost no body odor. Maybe he was doing screaming. Letty, you're on fire. The past 2 days, girl, you have been on fire with your comedy. For those of you who do not know, she's making a joke reference to Laughing Buddha, which is an energy healing technique for cleansing your energy body. And then she's saying maybe he was doing Screaming Buddha. Maybe he was doing Terrifying Buddha. But I will put on some deodorant now because I feel like it. I also like to wear deodorant because it smells good. You know what I'm saying? Charcoal magnesium, son. It does not smell anything like charcoal, and it doesn't smell anything like magnesium. So I don't know why it's named that. Yeah. It smells actually really good. Really clean. You know, like clean laundry? It smells like that. But I didn't think charcoal had a smell to it. What's up, charcoal smell? What else? So that's it, guys. Attaboy, Christian, you know what's up. So that's our experience of the past 3 days. I have to rename. I forgot. I have to rename this Healer's Journey 11 of 31. I was giving too much props to my homeboy, but I'll keep him in there. So lots of love to you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. I'm going to get some lunch somewhere in the area. Head to Reading and then head to Eureka. I don't think I'm going to stay the night in Reading. I don't think, but it's possible. I have no problem driving 8 hours straight. That's nothing. But it's I want to enjoy. You know what I'm saying? You ever notice when you go on a vacation? Have you ever experienced this before? You're planning your vacation, you're waiting. You go on vacation, and then the entire vacation, you're rushing, and you can never really settle in and enjoy the experience. And then by the end of the vacation, you're like, God, I need to take a vacation, right? So it's like, I want to be aware of that. I'm working. Keep in mind, this is a working vacation for me. I'm not like putting my feet up and just lounging around. I had 3 healing clients today. I have to do some follow-up stuff this evening. So I'm working pretty much every single day. But I'm doing my best to be still, to be aware of the present moment, to enjoy the now, to recognize there's nowhere I have to be. I am good as I am. And, got to find a place I can get a massage in California where I don't have to wear a mask. You think I'm going to get a massage wearing a mask? You're out of your mind. What kind of person wears a mask when they're getting a massage? What does this world come to? Is Facebook going to yell at me because I'm talking about masks? Oh, Facebook. You've given me so much and asked for so little. Thanks, Christy. So I will read your comments later, guys. I'm burning here. I have nothing on my feet. I'm not the body. I'm not my scorched feet. Oh, by the way, hey, for those of you still on, do me a favor. What kind of brand name of sandal can you recommend that would be good in the desert, a desert environment? A good, like comfortable and easy to slip on and slip off. A good brand. I was looking at Birkenstock, but they seem to be really hard. Like the sole tends to be hard. So they have to be waterproof, they have to be comfortable, and they have to be easy to slip on and slip off. None of this multiple straps and all this other nonsense. So if you guys know of a brand or of a type of sandal that would fit that, let me know. It doesn't matter if it's synthetic, if it's leather, if it's plant-based. I don't really care about that. I'll ask my Phoenix friends. Perfect. Thank you, Chrissy. I don't think I have a chance to find a place in California. I don't think you have a chance. What do you mean I don't have a chance? What are you talking about? Korean. Oh, I see what you're saying about the mask. Korean spa, you don't have to only date. Ooh, really? All right, Korean spa. Thank you, Letty. I've been to so many Korean spas, New York, New Jersey, Denver, Colorado, Aurora, Colorado. I've been to one in California. Where was I? Outside of LA. Outside of LA. I'm kind of in the mood for a coffee. Another coffee. And something for lunch, but I don't know. Anyways, you guys are phenomenal. You make my life worth living. Hold on. Massage, yeah. Got it. All right. Call in advance to make sure where I went, the distance. Sweet. Okay. Don't worry about that. Namaste, guys. I don't know. I can't turn the song off for some reason. I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.